Hello, everyone. My name is Lilia Francisconi, and I am a volunteer with AARP Nebraska and member of the West Omaha Community Action Team. Thank you for joining us on today's presentation on the Intercultural Senior Center here in Omaha. Uh, we are honored to have Carolina Padilla, who is here with us today. Carolina Padilla is the founder and executive director of the Intercultural Senior Center and provides leadership and direct services as well as all the functions of the organization, including guidances, fundraising, outreach partnership, program development, etc. Carolina, whose educational background is in communication science, immigrated to the United States from Guatemala in 1992 with her husband and 3 children. For 12 years, she works for the One World Community Health Center and later served as the director of the Latina Resource Center, a program of the Catholic Charities, where she developed a social services programs for younger adult women in need of English language skills, employment, and services for women facing domestic violence. During this time, Carolina realizes that another segment of the population, the Latino elderly, were underserved. This was the beginning of the Intercultural Senior Center. The Intercultural Senior Center opened its door in South Omaha in March 2009, serving 4 seniors and Carolina playing the roles of driver, teacher, cook, exercise teacher, and the only to-go person in the group. Since then, the center has grown and has moved 4 times. And finally, in March 2019, the center opened its door as its current location around 55th and Center Street. Carolina has been actively involved in the community, serving on numerous boards and committees of various organizations working with aging and caregiving. Carolina is also a recipient of the Tribune to Women's 2020 Award from the Women's Center for Advancement and the 50 over 50 Nebraska Nonprofit Award 2021. We are honored to have Carolina here with us today and are excited to hear the wonderful opportunities that the center offers to seniors in our community. We will let you, Carolina, to take it from here. So thank you and go ahead.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me today. I'm excited to be here with all of you and at the same time to let everybody know a little bit more about what Intercultural Senior Center is and does in the community serving the elder of community. As our story was shared before, and thank you for doing that. It's I think it's been a privilege to be able to grow this organization and just think about not serving just the Latino elderly community but also the very diverse community that we have in Omaha. So for our mission, it is to improve the dignity and quality of life and physical well-being of seniors through advocacy, education, access to social services, and cultural enrichment activities that benefit the entire community. The time when we put together the mission was thinking that as Omaha was growing, there were going to be a lot of people that as they were aging, English was not their primary language, but they needed to adapt and they needed all at the same time get the services and programs that everybody receives when they get to that age. The reason of our work is because of seniors need support and they have physical, mental health, education, and emotional, also as legal needs. And so for us doing that work, it helps the entire community. It's not just for the seniors themselves, but at the same time for the families and for the entire people that it's reach out. Excuse me. We also I wanted to talk about that the reason that many seniors many times get too isolated. It is because they don't have the is financial stability. Language it's a problem because they come from different countries, and so learning the English language becomes very difficult for them. At the same time, the cultural barriers, as it is understanding the American way and how they have to adapt and have to learn to meet their needs, it just becomes more isolated. So for ISC, it's very important to provide the transportation because that helps them to get the services they need. And then we helping them to become less isolated, but more social within the same group of others that join the center. Um, we so we're talking about who we are. In 2.5 years ago, we wanted to become accredited, and to be able to do that, we needed to fill. We needed to learn about the process, how to become one of the many seniors that the whole country has, and we did it thinking that in the future was going to benefit the entire community. So one of the 200 plus senior centers accredited by the National Council of Aging, the National Institute of Senior Centers, we are one of them, and we are the only one in Nebraska. There is many other services, there is many other senior services organizations, but the difference with us is that we just focus on the aging community. And so that makes us very unique, as well as is that having seniors that come from different countries, that's another part that makes us very unique. There is between 5 to 7 different languages that are spoken every day here. We have seniors that come from 25 or more different countries. And so it's very interesting how people, even though they don't speak the same language, they find ways to support each other, to help each other, and to do things together. As they exercise together, they eat together, they attend art and music classes together. They attend the English as a second language classes, as well as the citizenship classes to become citizens of this country. The difference too with ISC is that we serve every person who is 50 and over. And I know that many times people think that age 50 is too young, and it is true. But many times too, the seniors that we serve have other problems, mobility. Maybe perhaps they have worked for many years on the fields or in companies where at that age they become less. They can move less, or their health is not the same that the regular person. So we're here to support them and to serve them and to help them to thrive too. All the staff that works at ISC is bilingual. We have liaisons that help us to communicate with the refugee community and the immigrant population too. We have from last year, we with a team of ISC, we thought it was needed for us to have a comprehensive service model, and because we already were doing a lot of programs and a lot of services. So by putting all our thoughts together and our work together, we found that there were 4 different areas that ISC was already working on it. And that was case management, interpretation, transportation, and advocacy. Starting with transportation, food insecurity, and helping seniors to get a pantry. During the pandemic, we were delivering around 2,000 pantries in the whole community, including Council Bluffs. A lot of seniors made phone calls here asking for a pantry. So we were doing door-to-door service. So of course that we continue with the pandemic, but not as it was before. Still, we continue to serve seniors to the door-to-door delivery pantries, and we do uh, between 1,500, sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. It depends on the need of the person. Also, with housing, we help seniors to find new homes. Many times, the areas where they're living, they're not safe, or many times they have to leave because their capacity to pay is not there. So, constantly, we're trying to find ways for them so they can find a place to live that is with dignity. In case management, we doing medical offsite and legal services. With medical, it doesn't mean that we have a doctor here that we wish and we hope for some time, but we take seniors to their doctor's appointments. We help them to pick up their medications. We follow up in all their needs that has to do with the medical care, as well if they have bills to pay, the understanding with the hospitals, all that work is done in ISC. And that takes a lot of pressure and a lot of headaches, not just for the senior, but family members feel that we are supporting their parents. We also partner with other nonprofits. And with one of the nonprofits, we also work with legal services if seniors have different needs, but most importantly, for those who wanted to become citizens. So we help them with this organization, with the whole process, so they can become a citizen. With we also have oral healthcare. Um, we partner with other clinics, or for instance UNMC or Creighton University, or private practice clinics with the oral care of our senior. There is a big need of that, and there is not enough resources for dental care. Um, for education, we put it under interpretation too, because a lot of seniors don't speak the English language, and when we have interpreters, it's much easier to get the communication. We also have socialization, which without it, our seniors will be completely isolated. So during the pandemic, we purchased a phone line that could hold 100 phone calls at the same time. So every day we'll check on seniors just to make sure that they were okay, if they have any needs, if they needed more food on the table, if their prescriptions were filled, and if they were not, we will contact the clinics to make sure that seniors could have their medications too. As well as not just for seniors, but every one of us was affected with the isolation, and mental health has grown, and it is a bigger need now in our community, especially for seniors, because before we know that seniors were more free to go places, and now it's becoming more difficult. And so at ISC, we provide mental support groups in 4 different languages, and we also do it on a one-on-one basis, and that is very helpful for our seniors. Um, so our center offers a full schedule of activities. We're open Monday through Friday. And what is important for the community, sometimes the perception is that we are here and people living in our center. We're here only during the day hours. So we open at 7:30 in the morning. We're here until 5 in the afternoon. And the persons that come here, they have to be very independent. We don't have nurses or CNAs, so no one here to do the one-on-one care. So the seniors that come here, they're free to go to different classrooms. They free to go and get their meal, get coffee, or and participate in all the activities that we do. So in the mornings, when transportation starts at 7:30 in the morning, 95% of the seniors that come to ISC come in our own transportation. So if you think about a school where the buses go around in the community, that's what ISC does. That goes to the doorsteps of the seniors, they pick them up, they bring them to the center, they participate in a light breakfast, they have lunch. We are part of the Eastern Nebraska Office on Aging meal program, so we serve the meals. We cater from the same different vendor, but they support our lunch for our seniors. And then, as I said, the daily transportation. So by the end of the day, by 2 or 3 in the afternoon, all seniors go back home. So if a person comes in the morning, they have to stay here all day. We cannot take them and bring them back and forth just for one class. They have to participate in all the classes. So if you ever had a chance to check the website, it shows on a monthly basis the calendar. So seniors have the opportunity to participate in different classes. So at the same hour, there might be 2 or 3 different activities that they can join. And we have all kinds of different classes. We do a lot of health prevention. We partner with a lot of schools, colleges, and universities where students need to put the practice more in place. So they come here. They might be nurses. They do health presentations. They check sugars. They check blood pressures. They participate in the fitness classes. So there's a lot of that because we also would like to expose our seniors to the medical setting as well the students of the growing aging community that not necessarily speak the language. And so here's just a picture of you to show that how our transportations are vans. We have 5 vans that come and go every single morning. Some of our vans do 2 trips in a day. Just because the volume of seniors that they want to come. And we also have a couple different vans that help us to transport all the pantries on a daily basis. We also have a van that helps to take seniors to the doctor's appointments. So it's different transportation that goes every day from 8 in the morning to 3 or 4 in the afternoon. As you see, well, they do arts, they do culture. We also partner with other organizations to come in and do that kind of work. And we also, because of pandemic, we have stopped that, but we were very involved into the intergenerational programming, working with elementary, middle, and high schools where students will come to ISC and they will do different projects with our seniors. We also partner with clinics and other institutions. For instance, every year we provide a flu shot. With COVID, we did different clinics for all the different vaccinations that were or are available, and also with the like in the last few weeks, as you know, they're doing the third vaccine, and so the booster, and those we have also done those clinics here. We have a partnership with One World and with Methodist, and they are the ones who have helped us to come to ISC and get those vaccinations for our seniors. We have a policy in place in ISC where every person that comes needs to show proof of vaccination. And that's just to make sure that all our seniors are safe. We as a staff also, we are vaccinated, so it makes us feel more comfortable. If we have visitors, as a one time only, we require for them to have a mask. But also, and if we have volunteers that come and help us out, they also are required to be vaccinated. We are so happy and feel so honored to know the respect that others have for ISC because we have never encountered a problem where a person doesn't want to get vaccinated. And if as at the beginning there were maybe a couple cases that we had where the person wanted to come and was disappointed that we had that policy in place, but I think at the end of the day they understood it was for the safety of everyone. With case management, we offer interpretation, transportation, and so what we do is we go to the houses of their seniors, and the senior meets with our social worker and the interpreter, and inside our van. The van, this little bus that you see there, has a glass in between, so they feel very comfortable having conversations, and so they can take care of the medical appointments, legal services, if they have food insecurity, if they have some mental health support they need, or socialization, and that's when we offer our services. We have a site for food pantry. We're part of the food bank. And so we partner with them, and then other businesses, they help us to have food to be delivered to our seniors. We have staff that is dedicated to do that. and our pantry continues to grow. So we're always looking for volunteers or any donations that others would like to give us. They're very welcome. And with our support groups, as I said, they're very important. People really likes them, and I think as time goes by, we're seeing the need of support, uh, this mental health support for our seniors. Um, it's kind of difficult, when people think about mental health. Many times it's just giving the opportunity to socialize, because that changes completely the life of a person. Mental health is not necessary for those people who many times will think, oh, mental health could be many things. But I think for our seniors, it's mostly because they're very lonely, isolated, and what they need is the socialization part. And so we're here for that. And if it is other bigger need, of course, we support that too. Um, when we make medical appointments, we take our seniors' cases very, very seriously. And if we we have never left a person in the middle of a medical need. We want to make sure that every support that we provide is from the beginning to the end. And I think that helps seniors to feel better, um, be better persons, and thrive too, because they have even at their age, they have to right to be treated as the same that any other person is. So far, the impact that we have done in the community until today, we have delivered 6,782 pantries, lunch served 4,774, in social services to clients 1,461. And that is what keeping in mind for for lunches in social services is that we opened ISC in March. We were closed all last year, of course, even though we were doing pantry deliveries, making phone calls, and helping with doctor's appointments. But the Center for Programs and Services was closed all last year until the month of March. And so we opened up again. Unfortunately, we had to close again for a month because I'm sure that all you might remember that we have that flooding, that bad rain that we got in August. And so the east side of our building got flooded. All the carpet and floors have to be removed and the drywall. So we were closed for a whole month. When we opened up at the beginning of September, we were running at 50% capacity. And last month we opened up, so we are 100% capacity. When it comes to volunteers, we welcome every volunteer with us. Maybe they want to give us 1 hour a month, a week. You can help us to deliver pantries in a way where you can take 3 or 5. It depends how you can help us out. We make sure that they're all connected when you do the delivery, so you're not running everywhere. If you have a talent, you want to provide a class, a support, anything, we're here to welcome you and everyone that would like to come. And when it comes to our ladies, too, many times they like to be pampered, and all kinds of opportunities that we have for volunteers. Our website has a form where if you would like to, you can fill it out. And someone at ISC, Melissa, who is the director of marketing, and she will reach out to you to set up a time to show you ISC and to see what opportunities you have to help out. And I would like to say that we value very much the wisdom and the experience of a diverse elder. We would like that someday soon everything will go back to normal, so that wisdom and experience can be shared with the younger generations, which is so important. And we also make sure that creating opportunities for seniors that embraces and enhance the entire community. I think it's so important for our young generations to learn from the past of many seniors, the great stories, the success, the failures, everything, because I think that's what is going to make our community stronger. So at this, what I would like, also the other area that I wanted to share with you is that when it comes to support, many times it's the mentality that because I don't give a lot, I don't want to support. For ISC, any support of any weight is appreciated. As I said, just by coming as a volunteer, giving you time, or donating items. Um, we have right now a closet for grandparents. We're not a site for uh, um, like a goodwill site where we receive everything, but there is many needs for seniors about clothes. So many times just by contacting our office, they can tell you exactly where are the items that we're in need. Like right now for winter, it's about coats and scarves and hats, those kind of things. But our seniors really appreciate that, to have a little place where they can shop around for themselves too. And as the year goes by too, we add different programs and opportunities. Right now, for the holidays, we have the for $25 a person would like to donate that amount or buy an item for our seniors. There is ideas of what they can purchase too. We also have set up another service during winter, which is a snow removal. I know we have this beautiful and wonderful weather right now. It's hard to believe in Omaha, but I recall last year, my goodness, we had so much snow, and we have the same program and was very successful. We don't know what winter brings still, so we have opened that opportunity where we appreciate donations for that, because we contract with someone to remove the snow from the seniors' houses, the main entrances. Um, by doing other partnerships too, we have learned that there is every day. Omaha has a lot of pantry sites, pantries where they serve not just a certain group like ISC does. We just serve the aging community, but there's other pantries in the community. They help families or anyone who needs a pantry. But we're learning from them that it has been an increase of seniors coming to their doors asking for pantries. And it's very hard for them because many of them don't drive, so they have to use the public transportation, or they do large walks. And so right now we're working and trying to partner together where ISC will be reaching out more directly to the senior population that is approaching those sites, and see how instead of them walking every week to get a pantry, ISC can bring that pantry to the doorsteps, or if they have any other needs as medical, and see how we as a case management team can help and support. So I think it's as we as adults, we never want to think about aging. I think that we enjoy the life, but we all will get there, and we all might have some needs. And so I think that ISC is here not just to support one group of seniors. We're here to support the whole community who is aging. They might have a need, or they might have talents to share. And so this is what ISC is about. Um, at this point, I just would like to know if anybody would like has any questions, or is there any other way that I can, if I can continue to share. I could keep talking and telling you about what ISC is about, but if anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Oh, Carolina, this is wonderful. All the information and all the services that the centers provide. It is amazing, and I think it's a great asset for Omaha to have the center and the services that you provide. Just a few things. You very much answered all the questions that we had before. You mentioned that you have about people from about 25 plus countries. And how many language would it be? I don't remember to hear that.
I would say probably around 11 different languages are spoken here. When I said all those countries, I'm putting together all the Latin American countries, and that counts a lot. South
Okay.
America, Central America, Mexico, the Caribbean where they speak the Spanish language, or Europe too, because we have people from Spain. But then we have people from Africa, Asia, all different countries. And so it's a lot of different languages. Um, and that for that reason, we have interpreters. We hire part-time interpreters. They help us with the communication because it wasn't for them, there was not we would not be able to help them out. Before I forget, it's something important that I forgot to share is that ISC, as I think I said at the beginning, is a nonprofit organization, and most of our funding comes from private foundations and from individuals. They help us they help us financially. Um, so it's very important, to share that with the community, because sometimes if people financially cannot support in that way, there is so many other ways where people can help and support. But we feel very blessed that as time goes by, more private foundations and more people in the community see the good that is happening from this organization to others. So
That's wonderful. And I think we are lucky in Omaha in terms of donations. Now, you mentioned that there are organizations that provide some funding, and also that you also take individual donations. Is there any other source of funding for the center?
Other than private foundations and just regular donations, no. We do not charge for services. Everything here that we provide is free of cost. Of course, the meal program has a recommendation of under the Eastern Nebraska Office on Aging. The meal program, they ask for a contribution to the program, but that doesn't mean that the person has to pay. If the person cannot afford to pay, they don't pay. The other area is that for people who are between 50 and 59, we have a special, small grants. They help us to pay for that same meal for that age group. Because when it comes to eating together, it will not look fair for a group that is underage to eat different from the other groups. So it's a small grants. And when I talk about donations or how Intercultural Senior Center moves forward, is that when I said about foundations, yes, they help us on an annual basis, but also we have seen an increase of different businesses or large corporations. They already have their own groups, employees who raise money for different areas. It could be for the fitness class, it could be for pantry, it could be for the meals, it could be for buying supplies. There's so many opportunities, and as people knows more about us, it's much easier to reach out to them, or many times they reach out to us, and that's amazing.
That's wonderful. Now, with all of those services that you provide, how many people do you employ there in addition to the volunteers?
So we have 24 employees. Some of them are part-time, and the majority are full-time. And so that's the number. And we serve on a daily basis between 60 to 100 seniors a day. And this is separate from the people that we do the deliveries. So, of course, COVID kind of limited that, but there is days where it's a lot of people here, and many times the staff is not enough to support everything that we do.
Yeah.
But there's days that we really it's a full house, and people love here. Seniors that come here, they say this is their second home because they feel so welcome and so warm, and they really like to be part of ISC.
That is wonderful. Thank you for all of that. Now, if somebody would be interested in volunteering, offering their time, whom or how can they contact the center?
So they can do it through our website. There is a volunteer form in our website. If you go over, there's different tabs there. So you will find that, and then you can fill out your application, and then we'll reach out to you, or you can call to ISC too. The number is on our website, and you can ask for Melissa, and she'd be happy. She's the person that takes care of every volunteer that comes to ISC. And as I said before, you can, if you like, you can have a tour. You can see everything that is happening, and you will find maybe the best way for you to volunteer.
Oh, do you mind to remind us what the website is?
It's a www.interculturalseniorcenter.org. And our phone number is 402-444-6529. So it's either those two ways that you can connect with us and call us at any time, during the week. So we're happy to have you visit at ISC.
Thank you, Carolina. This has been outstanding. The amount of information, the amount of services that you provide to really improve the life of this so sensitive community or segment of our community. And for the rest of the viewers, thank you for participating in our presentation today. And we hope that you like it and that you will click on like in the Facebook, and also to share the presentation with family and friends. And and anyone else who wants to learn more about the International Senior Center. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us. And I invite you to visit Intercultural Senior Center. We would love to have you here. Thank you.